Today we're going to talk about two sets of formulas. The first set of formulas we're going to talk about is the arc length formula. The arc length formula is S equals R theta, where S is going to represent the arc length, R is going to represent your radius, and then theta is going to represent your angle, and this must be in radians. And this is the thing that y'all have to remember. So we're always going to have to convert our angle to radians. Alright, so let's take a look at our first example. So it tells us to find the length of the arc with a radius 10 and a central angle of 30 degrees. So let's go ahead and write down our given information. So it's saying we have a radius, so R equals 10. It says my theta is 30 degrees. Now remember, we need our angle in radians, so let's go ahead and convert that to radians. So to convert it to radians, I'm going to multiply by pi over 180, and you should get pi over 6 for my angle. Then notice it's saying find the length of the arc. So I'm looking for S. So based on the given information, I'm going to use the S equals R theta formula. So I'm using S equals R theta. I simply plug my given information in. So R is 10, my theta is pi over 6. Now since I did not say you have to write it in fraction form, you're simply going to enter it in your calculator just like you see it there. So when I enter it into my calculator, I'm approximately getting 5.24, and my unit's going to be meters. Oops, let's erase that. My unit's going to be meters because it's talking about distance. So S equals 5.24 meters. Alright, our second example, this is set up a little bit differently. It says a central angle theta in a circle of radius 4 is formed by an arc of 6. So let's go ahead and write down our given information. So it's saying my R is 4. This time it's saying my arc length, so S, is 6. And it's asking us to find theta. So again, based on that given information, I'm still going to use S equals R theta. I plug in my given information, so it's going to be 6 equals 4 theta. To get the theta by itself, I'm simply going to divide both sides by 4. So I'm going to get theta to equal 1.5. Now this first answer, so you need to make a note of this, this first answer will always be in radians. So this is my final answer. Theta equals 1.5 radians. I'm going to go ahead and skip this third example and go ahead and move on to the next page. Alright, our second formula is called the area of a sector formula. And first, what does it mean to be a sector? So if I have marked the center of the circle and I connect the radius and another radius, so the sector is this shaded region right here. So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about the area of the sector. So our formula for area of the sector is going to be A equals 1/2 R squared theta. So it's hopefully pretty clear. A is going to be our area. R is still my radius. And theta is still my angle, and again your angle must be in radians. So again we have to convert our angle to radians before we can use the formula. Alright, let's take a look at our last two examples. So this first example says find the area of the sector with the central angle of 60 degrees if the radius is 3 meters. So again, let's go ahead and start off writing our given information. So A, that's what we're looking for. We're trying to find the area. My angle theta is 60 degrees. So again, I have to convert to radians, so I'm going to multiply by pi over 180. So that's going to reduce down to pi over 3. And then my r is 3. So now I can go ahead, plug into my a equals 1/2 r squared theta formula. So I'm looking for a. I'm going to take 1/2. R is 3. My theta is pi over 3. So just like with my arc length formula, I do not need this in fraction form, so you can go ahead and type it in your calculator just like you see it there. And when you type it in, you should be getting approximately 4.71, and my units are meters. Since it's area, it's going to be squared. So my area equals 4.71 meters squared. Now with this second problem, it's again asking us to find the area of the sector. Now you're supposed to have information in the circle, but I simply forgot to put it in, so let's go ahead and add it right now. So the radius is going to be 2.1 meters. Then you have an angle that's being formed. Let's say that's 56 degrees. So again, let's go ahead and rewrite all our given information. So we're looking for area. My r is 2.1. My theta is 56, but again I have to multiply by pi over 180 to convert it to radians. And when I do that, you should be, and again, make sure you're doing this on your own so you can double check, you should be getting 14 pi over 45. So now I'm ready to enter it in my formula. So I'm going to get a equals 1/2. My r is 2.1 squared times 14 pi over 45. Again, you're going to enter it in your calculator just like you see it there, all in one step. So you should be getting approximately 1.16, and again my units were meters, it was area, so it's going to be squared. So it should be 2.16 meters squared. Please make sure, if you had any questions, make a note of them on the note sheet. At the beginning of class, we'll go over any questions you may have, and then we'll continue on.